Welcome back, bank fishing with BLV. If you're here to catch more and bigger bass from the banks, you came to the right place. Subscribe to the channel, BLV got you. Coming up with new ways to help you guys catch more bass and put them in the boat or on the bank for that sake. But that's just my favorite saying. I know you guys probably like, BLV, why are you all sweaty? I recorded this intro late. Just wanted to let you guys know it's a good one. We caught a few bass. We saved a few lives, and man, we just kind of been all over the place, but it was a good day. Today is going to be some pond hopping action. Just a couple of rods, couple of different moving baits, no spinning rods, man. We hunting nothing but big bass down, so stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. I'm gonna meet you on the lake. Just taking a daily stroll as the water gets super shallow. New lures and new items become available. I came out here found the topwater popper the other week. Today, this looks like almost kind of like a chowder bait or some kind of bladed jig, but the blade is missing. Super duper old rusty hook. Just going to take this to the trash and throw it away. Had two cool finds. Don't think this would be worth much of anything. I could probably bring it back to life and restore it, but I'm just going to get it out the way. Keep the pond and the environment clean. I think we're just going to start off with this lipless Quake 70 from 6 cents. At that slow sinking Quake. Can definitely be able to work this as slow or as fast as I want. Can really control the depth on this thing. Most lipless crankbaits, you got to fish them like 100 miles per hour just to keep them from snagging on the bottom. Love these Quake 70 slow sinks because I can fish it super slow and not even have to worry about getting snagged. My goal today is to cover a lot of water, so we just brought a few rods out today, nothing but moving baits, and we're just going to hunt them down. No drop shot, no Texas rig, no finesse, none of that. When it comes to fall fishing, you really have to be able to track the bass down. You have to be able to find them, search for them, and that's the only way you can catch them. They can be moving all day long, and it's really hard to really pinpoint them. So you just have to keep covering water, walking around the banks, and just beating them up until you find them. So as you can see now, we're steady moving, we're steady making casts, steady covering water. I feel like we should at least get 1 or 2 from this spot, if not more. Hit a stick, hit a little lay down, just steadily moving around and covering water. Still super early. Throw around the shallows. Bass should be somewhere with these cloudy overcast conditions. And pray to God, no snakes are freaking coming around. I see a lot of thick grass over here to my right. Just cast it directly into it on accident. Just trying to throw it around it. Gotta be a bass sitting shallow in it. Anytime I see grass, I'm throwing directly at it. I seen some weights immediately as I walked up. Believe it or not, BLV is his own camera crew. So once I got up here and seen the weights, I couldn't just cast out. I had to go back and grab you guys and bring you up here. Stick around because I can feel it. There's a lot of flooded grass here. And this is pretty much the only structure that the bass have to relate to here. So that eliminates searching for hard structure as the water gets colder. Just stick to the grass. That's literally the only cover they have here. So whatever the primary source of structure or cover for your lake, just stick to it, man. Them bass are going to be around it more likely than not. If you happen to have timber, rock, extra wood, by all means fish that for sure. But if you don't, grass will still do the trick. Folks, it's also very important to invest in a great pair of sunglasses. The sun isn't out, but I can see these dark shadows that are just cruising this flooded grass right here. I haven't seen a super big bass yet, but I know one of these jokers got my name on them. Look at this little guy. This little guy came and snatched me out of nowhere. That divine swim jig all in his mouth. Let's go. So freaking strong and aggressive. Look at those beautiful Florida colors. Living in that grass like I was just mentioning. Caught him on that 6 cents divine swim jig. Let's go, baby. Well then, thank you a lot, little guy. Tell your brothers and sisters to come and play. Whew, so muddy along this bank. But I think it's worth it. See a lot of activity out there in this grass. Just gotta be where they're sitting at. I think it's about time to go to the car and grab a frog. As you can see, totally different location. We drove 30 minutes across town to try this other holding pond that I know about. I had to leave my other spot sooner than I would have liked to. I had to go take care of some family business. got that taken care of, situated. So now it's like an hour later, we're on the other side of town. We put the frog down. We're going to throw moving baits, lipless crankbaits, as you already know, one of my favorites. And we're probably going to bounce back and forth between the lipless and the swim jig. So just cover water and see what we come up with. Before I even make that first cast, let's go ahead and get these snippers out, these little clippers or whatnot. Cut that line right now. I can definitely feel my line has been a bit frayed from some previous fish catches. So just going to probably cut off about a foot of line or so. Just feel like that line is too frayed, and I would hate to hook it to a big bass and it snap a line. So just re-tie it up. Very important too. There's actually a gator right there. There's a little baby or whatnot. But you know the mama somewhere. If they having babies, mama got to be around here somewhere. Just never get a chance to see her. She's always hiding out. See some old brim beds over here. Okay. Oh, he smashed it. He smashed it. Good God. I think it's a solid one. I think he's solid. I'm trying to keep his head down. I'm trying to keep his head down. Don't mind me squatting. Trying to keep his head down. He stole off on that lipless. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's why you don't give up. Whew. And I left my pliers in the car. Oh God. That lipless Quake 70, baby. That slow sinking lipless. It's something about it in shallow water. The bass cannot stand it. Can't even lie. When it comes to these sharp hooks, I'd be afraid to get them with my hand. They're super sharp, man. You really got to be careful. Took me quite some time to get this pretty girl unhooked. So let's get her back in the water. Thank you. She swam out so slowly and so preciously, so gracefully. Let's go. Now we're like 10 minutes later. I ran back to the car, grabbed a pair of pliers, because I'd be danged if we hooked into one of those smaller ones, like one of those 1-pounders or those super dinks. When you hit one of those with those rattle traps, it's like they're just super filled with electro energy, and they just go freaking crazy. And then you try to take the hook out with your hand, and they start flopping everywhere. And you just end up with a trip to the hospital. I'm just gonna put it like that. I've seen it happen. Now I just feel like if they were schooling out there, I definitely just missed my opportunity because it took me so long. I thought I was a bite. I almost threw my back out trying to set that hook. I hit the bottom. But I seen some little bait fish swimming through earlier, so maybe more than just that one bass that was feeding on them, you know? Just gotta get back out there. This gator is low-key checking me out. He's just kind of following me. I was standing along that wall over there, and he was over there chilling next to me. Now I walked over this direction, and as you can see, he's facing, just kind of just cruising along with my camera. He see me over here behind, and he just kind of following me. Kind of weird. I'm not stunning him though. I'm looking for some more bass. Preferably a 5-pounder, please. Everything is just so super shallow. It's either muddy or just sandy. So what I'm doing, I'm just casting out as far as I can, trying to cast to some deeper water, let the lure sink to the bottom, and then just slowly retrieve, just trying to cover as much water as I possibly can, from top to bottom. Even though it's probably only 2 to 3 feet deep at the most, in the middle, and I just hooked up. I just hooked up. I just hooked up. That's a turtle. Are you kidding me? I hooked into a soft shell turtle. Come on, buddy. Just come on. What's the weirdest thing that you ever caught? Me? Probably my second soft shell of my life. This little medium rod is pretty strong for this big old turtle. Golly. The poor fella got 2 baits in his mouth. Oh my God. Stop crunching on it. We have some big old claws. This is my first time ever getting this close to a soft shell. It's pretty interesting. Scared to put my hand anywhere around that neck. I heard it can stretch that neck and really wrap it around and snap your finger off. Yeah, he definitely had those 6 cents hooks all in him. I'm sorry, little pal. I really did not. I was not fishing for you. Don't snap my finger off. I am truly sorry, buddy, yo. Oh, you got them hooks in there good. You got 2 pair of hooks. What were you eating on, buddy? Trying to keep a safe distance, use some pliers, try not to get myself caught up. Have some big old claws on his hands, or his grippers, whatever you like to call them. His little swimmers. Ooh, that boy tried to stop me. You got to be quicker than that. I wasn't taking any chances. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get him off. Took me like 10 years to get this guy on hook. Trying not to snap my finger off. I'm gonna try to get the other hook. Yes, yes, I got the other hook that was stuck in him for the longest. Look like some kind of beetle spin or something someone put together. He had this stuck in his hand and he hit my rod of try. I feel so bad for the little guy, man. Let's get him flipped over, get him back in the water. Had to do a little surgery. Nah, let's just pray his neck cannot reach and wrap around to really be able to snap my finger off. So I'm gonna grab him closer towards the legs and just try to flip him. Ah, that was easy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I promise you I'm sorry. I know that probably was quite painful for him. He had 2 sets of troubles, the front and back from the lipless, and he also had a beetle spin or some sort of spinnerbait kind of hook in his hand, and he had it stuck in both hands, and one of the troubles were even in his mouth. So I just felt bad for the guy. I had to get my troubles out of there. And of course, I had to get the other hook out of there. I'm not sure who else was fishing and he had broke off, but I feel like I kind of helped him out and saved him a bit. Now his hand can heal, and I think that's a wrap. It's time to go. Thank you guys for watching. It's time for BLV to get out of here. We hit a couple of spots. Today didn't go quite as planned. I had to leave my first lake that I was at. Second time I caught a fish, I had to run back to the car, run back to the lake. Then also just spent like 30 minutes trying to save and revive a freaking turtle. So it's like everything's just taking big chunks from my fishing. And as you can see, the sun is high up now and it's super hot. And I'm just not sure the bass are feeling it. So it's time with BLV to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, stay safe. Keep those lines tight. Peace. Love you guys.